A photograph by Shirley Towson. In this lesson, I am going to discuss some questions and give model answers. It is going to be an examination oriented presentation, means that the type of questions that you get in the examinations and what are the kind of answers that you are expected to write. I will first take up short answer type questions. Number 1. What does the cardboard refer to? The cardboard refers to the childhood photograph of the poet's mother. It represents the ephemeral, or you can call it transient or temporary nature of life. The cardboard's lack of durability hints at the lack of permanence of human life. Number 2. Who was the big girl and how old was she at the time when the photograph was clicked? The big girl was the poet's mother. She was about 12 years old at that time. Number 3. How did the cousins go paddling along with the mother? The two girl cousins were holding the mother's hand as she was older than them. Where had the three girl cousins gone and why did they smile through their hair? The three girl cousins had gone to the seashore for paddling in the sea water. They smiled through their hair because they were posing for a photograph. This suggests that they were happy. How is the poet able to remember her mother's childhood? The poet is able to remember her mother's childhood by looking at her childhood photograph. What has stood the onslaught of time and what has not? The sea has stood the onslaught of time, it is still the same. This suggests the immortality of the sea as compared to the mortal human beings whose lives finally come to an end. However, the poet's mother and her cousins underwent changes. Her mother grew up to be an adult and now she is no more. Next question. Explain terribly transient feat and also mention the poetic device used here. Terribly transient feet refers to the ever changing footprints that are made on the seashore and washed away by the sea water. And this happens again and again. This signifies the impermanent nature of human life. In fact, the children's feet represent the entire mankind. They are transient because human life is short lived. The poetic device used here is transferred epithet. Human life itself is temporary, not just the feet. When the adjective for one noun like life is transferred to another noun like feet, it is called a transferred epithet. The second one is synecdoche, which means when a part of something represents the whole. Here, feet refers to the part of the body which represents the entire humankind. Another poetic device used here is alliteration due to the repetition of the T sound. Explain the contrast given in the last two lines of the first stanza. The contrast is between the sea and the human beings. The sea has remained the same for all these years, but human beings have undergone changes. The poet's mother grew up, became old, and now she has been dead since the past 12 years. Explain labor deeds of loss and also mention the poetic device used here. The poet and her mother both made a lot of effort to overcome or ease in their own personal sense of loss. The loss of the holiday was the mother's loss, and the loss of the mother's laughter was the poet's loss. They are in the past now and cannot be brought back or relived. but there will always be a tinge of difficulty in letting them go completely. The poetic device used the poetic device used here is an oxymoron due to the use of opposites, that is labor and ease. Why is there nothing to say at all? There is nothing to be said, as the reality of death is a part of life, and on thinking about it, one really has no words to express how one feels. Explain its silences also mention the poetic device used here. The great and grievous impact of her mother's loss left the poet speechless. She is unable to express her pain. The poetic device used here is a paradox, which means a statement that is self contradictory because it often contains two statements that are true but cannot be true at the same time. Silence refers to complete absence of sound, and from that nothing, the presence of something is impacted. The silence created by mother's absence has impacted the poet by sadness, where her grief was too much to overcome. It made her unable to say anything, hence, silenced her. This anomaly makes the statement to be a paradox. The three stanzas depict three different phases. What are they? The three stanzas of the poem depict three different phases of life. The first stanza refers to the childhood of the poet's mother. The photograph in it shows the poet's mother standing at the beach enjoying her holiday with her two girl cousins. She was about 12 years old at that time. The second stanza is the poet's childhood when her mother was an adult. It takes us 20 or 30 years later. The mother would laugh at the way she and her cousins, Betty and Dolly, were dressed up for the holiday. The last stanza refers to the poet's adulthood when her mother is no more. She remembers her mother with a heavy heart. The photograph revives a nostalgic feeling in the poet. And now for some long answer type questions. Briefly explain the significance of the title of the poem A Photograph. Also comment on the tone of the poem. Answer. A photograph is something that captures a certain moment of someone's life. The person might change in course of time, but the memories attached with the photograph are long lasting. In this poem, the poet's mother is no more, but the photograph makes her memories come alive. The mother's sweet face or her cousins heavily dressed up for the beach have all changed with time, but the moment captured in the photograph still gives happiness to the poet's mother when she looks at it 20 or 30 years later. The tone of the poem is that of sadness as it deals with loss and grief and the impact that it leaves in those who are left behind. The next question. Each photograph is a memory. Justify the statement in the light of the poem. Photographs are memories that are captured. They also capture the emotions felt when the photograph was taken. These memories remain for a lifetime. Shirley Towson's poem also captures one such moment when her mother was young and she went on a beach holiday with her cousins. It shows her mother playing on a beach along with her two girl cousins. Her mother was the eldest one amongst the two and is seen holding the hands of the other two girls. The weather was windy at that time and their hair were flying on their faces when the uncle took the photograph. All the three children had a happy and smiling expression on their face. And that was the end of my lesson. If you learned from this video lesson, do like, share, comment and subscribe to my channel. Check the description box for latest updates and do not forget to press the bell icon to keep on receiving new updates.